G'day everyone, let's have a go at creating a 3D asset for a game. We're going to have a go at creating a 3D barrel. So let's see how we go. You'll need to be logged into Clara.io and we're going to create a new scene. We'll create an empty scene and we're going to call it barrel, B-A-R-R-E-L, and we'll leave the target renderer and the access control as they are and hit the create button. Right, we made some changes in a previous video and we set up Clara to mimic Maya. If you haven't reset that, go to the edit menu and preferences and change the shortcut style to Clara.io and the navigation style to Clara.io and click done. And we should have on the top left a wireframe left view. The bottom left is the top wireframe view, bottom right is the front wireframe view, and the top right should be perspective realistic. And we'll see how we go. We're going to start by adding a cylinder. So from the list of primitives up the top, just click on cylinder to add a cylinder to our window. And that will be the basis of our barrel. Now to make things a bit easier for us, we're going to hit the G key, which will get rid of that background grid. Now make sure you've clicked in that top right hand window and hit the G key. The G key will just bring that back and forward so you can toggle it on and off. You can do it by clicking in that top left window, doing the same thing if you want. We'll just make sure it's off in the right hand side. And so that we can see what we're doing, over on the top left we're going to the Tools tab and we're going to click on Edges, which is the little button. So make sure you've selected your barrel and click Edges, and that just lets us see all the little edges that make up our shape. And we're going to change the number of shapes. We're going to or change our basic cylinder. We're going to change the top and the bottom radius to 0.6. And we're also going to change the height to 1.4. We'll change the radial segments to 35 and the height segments to 8. And we now end up with a shape that looks like that and has lots of segments that we can use to make our basic barrel shape. Now to turn that into a barrel is really easy. We just go over to the left hand side, the Tools menu again, and this time we're going to click on the Object button, which is the little sphere, and then we're going to click on Taper. And that looks nothing like a barrel. It's curving the wrong way for a start. So that amount, which is at the moment 1, we're going to change to minus 0.4. And that's much more barrel looking. And in fact, we're going to change the curve. If your curve's not already 0.5, just change it to read 0.5. And there's our basic barrel. Now the only problem with that barrel is it's very flat. Even though it's three-dimensional, I can spin around and see it. It is a three-dimensional barrel. Barrels aren't flat. They have lots of bumps and indentations, and the top in particular is not a flat plane. It's got an indented lid in it. So we're going to change that top. We're going to click on the Faces button on the left. So on the Tools menu on the left, click on Faces, which is that little grey square. And as you hover over your barrel, you'll notice at the top there's a wedge that spins around. We select one of those, doesn't matter which one, any one of those wedges. And on the left hand side, we're going to click or select all of those wedges. To do that, we go down to where it says Select Faces by Angles less than 15 degrees. And if we click on that button, it grabs every wedge on top of the barrel. We're now going to go over to the left and we're going to click on Insert. So from the Tools menu, we'll click Insert, which just grabs and makes another set of wedges. Now that's far too big. We want to have that a little bit smaller. So we're going to change the offset from minus 0.1 to minus 0.021, so quite small. And if I now hit enter, that gives me a very, very small inset section to create my lid from, or the top of my barrel. I'm then going over to the left, and from my tools menu, I'm going to choose, I'm still in face, I'm going to choose bevel, which raises that up. Now I don't want it raised, I actually want it going the other way. So I'm going to change the length to minus 0.06. So minus 0.06, which puts it down inside the barrel. And the offset, I'm going to change from minus 0.1 to minus 0.025. And there's the top of my barrel. And so if I now look at my shape, it's now very much a barrel shape. So that's the end of our first video. Once you've got that, make sure you're up to date and okay with that, and then you can continue with the second barrel as we make it actually look like a barrel.